I know I'm going to get so many eye rolls and just like frustration from so many of you beautiful beings. And I get it. I'm not upset with you. I was in the same boat. Topic today. Real talk, real talk. Real quick, I am truly moving forward, being me, not caring what other people think, and just being me. I'm scared, but we're gonna do it, because how else am I gonna find my people if I'm not being me? I just took a shower. I'm nice and clean, and I'm getting out of the programming of like feeling I need to show up in a certain way. I was gonna get all ready and everything. I'm like, I don't feel like doing that. I just want to put on some pajamas and be cozy. I don't want to do my face. I don't want to do any of that. And ancestors are like, you don't have to. Do you think everybody wants to always get ready all the time? I mean, it's fun. I love glamour magic all day. All day. But we don't have to. If you're not feeling it, you don't want to get ready, you just want to wear pajamas, you want to wear a onesie and go shopping, wear that onesie and go shopping. If I was with you, I'd be wearing a onesie with you. Because we only have this one life, right? We only have this one, well, at least in the human meat suit you are in right now. You're a spirit, you're infinite. I don't know how many times you want to come to Earth as a human. I don't know. But right now, you only have this one in the human meat suit you're in at this moment, right? Might as well do everything you want to do in this life. And okay, so the topic of this video is just be, to just be, and reprogramming your brain in the way of you are where you need to be, right? And I say this because when I started my journey, I'm like, well, if I have like this list of things, then I'll be happy. Then I'll be ready to live. And ancestors were like, okay, girl, like that alone, that statement alone, you have a lot of lessons we're going to teach you. And I got a lot of spirit guides that are trickster spirits. So I have learned the very difficult ways that we only have right now, right? It's a gift. It's called the present for a reason. And honestly, colonizers, they're playing a real game, good game of chess. Like their team, they're playing a really good game of chess in the way of even the society. As children, right? We're taught your success, your worth is connected to your accomplishments. And I give that face, and I was somebody where that was engraved in me, right? And majority of us, that's engraved in us. Our worth is in the validation from people outside, and that validation comes from if we are successful in their terms of success. And like colonizers' definition of success is like money, lots of money, high status, these very superficial things. And I'm gonna be real, I chased that because I was like, well, that's the way this society is. I need money. Once I got money and all these outside things, then I'll be happy. No. I laugh because, man, it was rough, and I'm sharing this in hopes that yours won't be as rough, right? But also, maybe you have to learn those things. Maybe you need a few rough lessons to teach you that the moment you're in right now is a gift. And you are worthy as you are to live the life you want to live. You don't need to have all these degrees or all this money or status, all this outside validation to live the life you want to live. And like, please be kind and gentle to yourself. Because I know, as I say, present's a gift, you're like, I don't want this gift. Take it back. It sucks. I get that. I get it. And if right now the present is really crappy, try to fill it even with little things that light up your spirit, your inner child, your inner teen. Like self-care and learning what you need is going to bring you to be able to be present. And I say, like, this is not an easy thing for me. It took a very long time of fighting to be present, to actually be present here, right? And also I'd fall back, I'd be present for a while, and then the old like programming and stuff would come back in and I would fall back, and that's okay. That happens. So please be kind and gentle to yourself when you do fall back and you get lost in the sauce. It's hard not to, especially when you got chaos all around you and like you're like, I'm finally doing good. Like, poof, something happens. It's okay to like not always be happy. Feel your feelings. If you got time where you're just hurting, your circumstances freaking suck, comfort yourself. Like yourself, your inner child, and your inner teen. And I'm serious. Like even 5 minutes of something that makes you happy. I started painting. And that alone was really hard. If you want to go to my other videos, I do share that process a little bit. And it was also very hard to be able to be present doing things I love because I felt like I wasn't worthy to even do those things. But now I paint for fun. I read, and that is such a big accomplishment. I haven't read for like a decade because of all my trauma and how unsafe I've made my inner teen and inner child feel, that they hid that from me. They took it from me. They didn't feel safe. They couldn't share it. But I did so much work with them to make them feel safe that I started reading in December. And now I finished, well, where the series is right now, it's like Fourth Wing. And then there's 2 other ones after that. Finished those so quick, and it feels so good to be able to just be. I make my coffee in the morning and just sit outside and just like look at the trees, talk to the birds, talk to wind spirit, all the spirits that I work with, and just find gratitude in the smallest things. In the smallest things. And I know it's hard to find gratitude when all kinds of crap is happening to you, but it definitely lightens the load a little bit because can't really change that crap, right? I mean, you can in the way of if you have the ability to get out of it or whatever it is, but if you don't have the ability to change it in the moment, find little things that nourish your spirit. Little things. And that's what life is. Like, you think about it, before colonizers pushed their like beliefs and their system onto everybody around the world, right? Around Uchimaka, Grandmother Earth, beings just existed. Like my ancestors, I'm Lakota, and colonizers called us lazy, but they would like get up, go do the stuff they needed to do, whether hunt, get their food situated, get everything ready for the day, whatever they needed to do. But they weren't constantly working. They did what they needed to do, and then they hung out, sat by the fire, and like shared their chanupa, their pipe, and just visited with each other. We had storytellers. That's my ancestors are storytellers, and that's why I'm also sharing my voice and my stories in all the ways my spirit feels called to. We had storytellers who just sitting around the fire while they're telling stories that are like really good but also have lessons within them. And you're just being. They even would take naps and just be. And then colonizers came and were like, you gotta be miserable. You gotta work till you die. Do not fill your day with things you love, and also we're gonna make you hate yourself. We're gonna come for your body. We're gonna come for your brain. We're gonna come for your spirit. We're gonna come for like the way you express yourself. We're coming for you. So you squeeze in that box. And it's so hard to not want to squeeze in that box when literally everyone around us, that's what we're taught we need to do. It's really hard, right? And I'm very grateful that I got to live in two different worlds. And that podcast is coming. I've been recording and editing. It's coming. And that's just going to be me explaining being in the colonized world and the decolonized world. And I'm very grateful that my ancestors, my people, were able to hold on to our culture, our traditions, and our language as much as we could, so that I could see that there's more than one way to live this human life. We're not meant to be like striving for outside validation, and our worth does not lie in what we do. Our worth is just naturally there. You're born with abundance. Like, you are abundant. But if you're taught, right, as I said, colonizers play a real good game of chess. If you are taught that life is gonna suck, right? You're given this hand and that's the only hand you got. Sucks for you if it's a crappy hand. And that's it. And then you gotta try to conform to play like you're this person so others accept you while you're miserable. And I tell you right now, all those other people that are trying to squeeze in that box are just as miserable. Some of them make it look real good. They make it look like they're nice and cozy. They got like nice chair. They're just chilling. They're not. Tell you right now, they are not. And I'm not laughing at those people at all, because I was also one of those people. That box just makes us all feel suffocated. It was created for a reason, to hold our spirits back. We are magic. We are magic. We come from the universe. I'm Lakota, and at the end of our prayer, we say, Matakuye Oyase. It means we're all related. We're all connected. All living beings, Anunchin Macau, Grandmother Earth, including her, we're all connected. We come from the stars, the universe. If you've seen Wish from Disney, they're straight up telling you the truth. We're all connected. And we're all just meant to be. I don't know where my brain is going. I also have ADHD. If it's your first time here, my little teepee, my little home, my name is Jasa. I'm ADHD, autistic ADHD. And I am here because my ancestors are making me. Well, actually, no, they were making me. Now I'm ready. I am happy to. I was happy to. My brain is going. I am here to share my journey and just like navigating this human life in this meat suit I'm in right now. Just sharing my experience and making a safe space for my spirit. And that's like healing, right? But I've learned healing, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You have all this gunk on your spirit. On your spirit or spirits, gunk. From the society that colonizers created. Gunk, gunk, gunk. You're not enough. You're too fat. You're too skinny. You're too this. You're too that. You're not enough of this. Like all that gunk, right? And then the projections from the beings around you that try to squeeze in that box that colonizers try to put us into, those projections, and those hurt even more because those are from people that you love. Hurt people, hurting people. Where was my brain going? Oh my gosh. I am not sure where I was going. Oh, gunk. And you just have all that gunk from like the society and then from the beings around you that are hurting people, just projecting their own stuff. Why does my brain keep blanking right there? I know what I'm gonna say. Oh, that gunk. All healing is slowly taking off that gunk. And when I mean slowly, I mean like piece by piece. And it took me many years to get majority of it off. I still have gunk on me. Still do. Doing my best. Being kind and gentle to myself. It takes time. But you're going to slowly take it off, right? And each like piece of gunk is going to be projections that were projected at you that made you feel less than for who your spirit or spirits are. And that will go deep, like your inner child, your inner teen, you. It has many layers. It's like an onion, many layers. Sometimes it stinks, but it also tastes good. It's a good time. It's a good time because once you start taking that gunk off, right? Slowly the pieces of your spirit or spirits start to come up. Especially with your inner child and your inner teen. They will feel safe and those pieces will come up. Where was I? Oh, present. Being present. So please be kind and gentle to yourself. It's not like you can just wake up one day and you're like, I decide to be present and it's just going to be a great time. I'm just going to be here and it's going to be fantastic. Maybe. If that is like the case for you, I love that for you. I love that so much because mine was not. Mine was rough. That internal dialogue, right? All those projections from other people will come up. As I started painting and doing all the things I want to just fill my day up with. Simple little things that just give me joy. Those voices would come in. It's like your brain is a computer. It gets programmed in a certain way. Mine's been programmed for almost 30 years, 29 years. Well, I guess the last 5 years or so I've been really trying to reprogram. So we'll say 25 solid years of being programmed a certain way. It takes time. You're going in and you have to manually change your brain, like your computer, the system that was put in there doesn't work no more. So you have to go in every time manually and change it. And that's okay. Please be kind and gentle to yourself while you do that. And when you're doing that, there's different things I did. Those voices would come in. First, I'm like, I'd want to fight them. Man, who are you? I moved. You keep following me. You're a stalker. You're nothing but mean. Stop finding my brain because you just make me feel like crap. You're not welcome. And it works. It worked for like a little time and then come back and I'd keep repeating. And then once I got a little deeper, I started to realize the panic and like listening to those negative voices a lot of time was my inner child and my inner teen. They would be the ones listening and absorbing it. So I started in my head, like close my eyes, and I would imagine both of them. Teen me, poofed out hair, emo makeup, bridal colors, big ol' bow, and then just like little me, pretty little pink dress, long blonde hair. And just turn to them and tell them everything I wish my protectors, the adults around me would have said to me, right? And I'm not like, they suck, they ruined my life. I understand that it's a cycle, right? Both my parents, they treated me the way they were treated. It's a cycle. The only way that ends is if we truly acknowledge it and we change it ourselves. And that's why I'm here, because we have the power to be who our spirit or spirits truly are. We don't have to be a product of the society that colonizers created. Trying to squeeze in that box is turning us into some being that we're not. Where's my brain is always dancing around. Dang it, give me a second. Mini Wachoni, hopefully water can help me come back to my thought. We don't have to live the life that we're told we need to live. As long as you are not hurting other living beings, live your life the way you want to. Your spirit is infinite. No joke, you're infinite, right? So that means this human life in the meat suit you are in is just a little tiny piece of all the lives and experiences and journeys you're going to have. You might as well do what you want. Like, live it up. You want to sing, you want to dance, you want to paint, you want to write books. Whatever you want to do it. And if it takes time to believe in yourself, right? That's okay. That's okay. Because you got to be present to be able to do those things. So be kind of gentle to yourself while you're just figuring out who you are. Make it fun. Like, make it as fun and amazing as you possibly can. Even if your world is crumbling around you, right? Say you like to read. Make a nice cup of hot chocolate. Go sit outside in a nice cozy chair. Have a nice fluffy blanket. And just be. Read your book. Drink your hot cocoa. That alone, like, will keep you going. It'll keep you going, and also that's what life is meant to be. Just doing what makes you happy. And I'm not saying every single moment is going to be happy. It doesn't work that way, right? We balance. You have the extremes of like both sides. Balance. You're going to feel all the emotions. Happiness is not a destination, it's an emotion. So when you can, sprinkle some of that on your day. Please find whatever sprinkles make you happy and sprinkle it everywhere you can. And slowly it'll be a lot easier to find gratitude in just anything. I wake up and I talk to my ancestors, spirit team, and I thank them that I have a beautiful home I'm in. I get to wake up in my beautiful home next to beings I love. My little fur baby is sleeping over there right now. I'm so grateful for her. And just anything. This may take time for you if you want to. Also, your own being. You don't have to have this perspective. But for me, I've even given gratitude for the beings that have hurt me. Because they taught me different things. They taught me how to speak up for myself. They taught me how to walk away and choose me no matter what, no matter who they are. I've walked away from so much family, but I would much rather be with myself alone, but not lonely. I now know how to love myself unconditionally and be kind and gentle to myself. It's taken a lot of time, but now I can be that being that I prayed for as a child and a teenager, even a young adult, crying, sobbing, wishing someone would come save me. And then my ancestors and my spirit team were like, let's go. I'm going to show you who's going to save you. And then after crying and all kinds of lessons, I look up and there's a mirror and it's me. And I know that also may frustrate you, that nobody's coming to save you but you. But you got this. I believe in you. Your ancestors, your spirit team, they believe in you. You are a warrior. Your magic self didn't come to Unchimaka, Grandmother Earth, to just suffer and struggle. Nah. Colonizers may want that for majority of us, but we're no longer going to feed that narrative. We're not going to follow their timeline, their template, right, of how you're supposed to live your life. Nah, if I'm not hurting any other living being, I will live life the way I want to. If you judge me, that alone, if you're judging me, you're a hurt person. And I pray that you make a safe space for your spirit or spirits so that you no longer project your own pain, your own insecurities, your own trauma, whatever's going on internally, so you don't project it no more. Because I understand that meanness you're sending at me has nothing to do with me. It doesn't. And I know that that takes time too. When it's literally coming at you, right? When they're literally disrespecting you or treating you like crap, it's so hard to not take it personally because it's at you, right? But it has nothing to do with you. That person has their own stuff, their own journey to go on. right? And even you, maybe you're the one that gets activated by what other beings do. When that happens, and I've been activated many times, there's no way I would have grown to where I am and continue to grow if I hadn't been activated. And that's like triggered, but I like the word activated a lot better. I never would have grown. I never would have seen the hurt parts of me that were hurting other people. Someone activated me in all these beings. So many beings activated me in so many different ways. And there's this one that just made no sense to me. Because when you got that gunk on you, it can do all kinds of things. My memory was so bad from majority of my life. I barely remembered majority of it. And dang it, what was I saying? Dang it! Oh, okay. Example. I was sharing an example. That gunk can really separate parts of your spirit from you and memories and all this stuff. And I'm going to share a story. So my little brother-in-law, my wife's little brother, is also autistic. And he stems a lot. Like, he dances, especially when he's happy. He'd be dancing, he'd be making noises all the time. And when we lived with them a couple years back, I noticed that my body would react. Like, my body would get shaky, and then my brain, I would get angry. I'd start to get angry internally. I'm like, why am I doing, that is not something I wanted to feel when my little brother-in-law is stimming and just living his life being happy. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why would I be angry about this? And I had to sit with it. I almost had a panic attack a few times when he's stimming. And because of how much conflict I had within myself, it was not a good time for me. But I really sat with it. And I started to realize, because that's also during that time is when I was starting to make a safe space for my inner child, my inner teen. That was more my inner child. My inner teen was years later. But dang it. Okay. So I sat with it for a long time, for a very long time, because I did not like feeling like that internally when he'd just be stimming and banging. I realized that he reminded me of me as a kid. Because at that time, when this situation was happening, I did not know I was autistic, ADHD, not diagnosed at that time. And I really sat with it, and I realized, I'm like, man, I'm reacting the way the adults and caregivers around me would react when I would stim. And I didn't even realize that I would stim. At that time, I didn't even realize I was autistic, ADHD. And then it hit me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is making me so angry, because this is how my caregivers would react to me stimming. And now looking most likely both of them are neurodivergent. Not diagnosed yet, but they're pretty sure. Cycle, right? They were shut down for stimming, most likely. And then it happened to me, because I was like him. I would dance. Especially eating and just being really happy, I would just move all the time. I remember being told, stop moving, you need to stay still, stop moving, and all this stuff. And slowly I started to feel like there was something wrong with me. I need to act this way that I'm taught, and that's that box, right? The colonizers want us to squeeze into. There's so many rules on how you need to human. It's annoying. I realized, man, the reason I get so activated by my little brother-in-law stimming is because I used to stim. And now I'm feeling all these feelings that my caregiver would feel whenever I stimmed. Or stemming? Whatever it is. I think it's stemming. Stemming? And that just unlocked a door. And that alone, that's what I eventually went to therapy and found out that I am autistic, ADHD, and all these things. But when you get activated by somebody, I invite you to sit on it. Like, really go internally. Try to dig deep as to why you're being activated by whatever's happening, and then why you're reacting the way you are. Because once I figured that out, man, I like let little Jasa, little me, know that it's okay to stem. It's okay to stem. And then I slowly started to do it when I eat. Now I do all the time. I make noises. I don't care. I do not care. And if somebody tries to make me feel less than for my stemming and for being who I am, that's their own thing. That's their own journey. That has nothing to do with me. I am no longer wasting any more of my precious time, energy, any of that on things I can't control, and then on things that just hurt me or make me feel less than. Why am I going to do that? And if I truly care for someone and they're like projecting, I'm going to communicate. I'm going to communicate with you. And I understand it takes time to reprogram and to change your ways. I understand that. As long as you're trying, that's what matters. But if you're not trying, you don't care, bye. Bye. Because I deserve peace. I deserve to be present and to live my life the way I want to without being projected on, treated like crap because someone else needs to do the internal work. I ain't doing that no more. And you deserve to live a life that makes you happy. Fill it up with things that make you happy. And if you are unable to be present right now, be kind and gentle to yourself. Please be kind and gentle to yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't be like, okay, I don't want to say. Don't beat yourself up because you can't be present. That alone is going to make it even harder to be present. So when that happens, you could even talk to your inner child, your inner teen, be like, I love you. And it's okay. If we don't even know what we like, that's okay. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to go for a walk and smell the flowers, talk to the birds, and explore. Like, also too, make it fun. Make it fun. Try different things. Try crafting. Try sewing. Try making music. Try breakdancing. Whatever you have been called to do, especially as a child or a teenager, whatever lit you up, as long as you're not hurting other living beings or yourself, do those things. Because why not? Because why not? And the fear of being judged. Someone judging you, they got their own journey to go on. Get out of here. Go on your journey, because we live in the life we want to live. So please be kind and gentle to yourself. I'm going to say that so many times in every one of my videos, because that's the secret right there. It makes us less painful. It's going to be painful, this journey. It's going to be painful. But let's beat ourselves up as little as possible, because life's going to do that on its own. And eventually you'll be able to be present. And I'm so excited for you when you're able to. You are beautiful. You deserve to live life the way you want to. And we're living life the way we want to. I want to see you show up every day the way you want to. You want to wear a tutu with some green skinny jeans and a bright yellow shirt? And you want to color your hair green? And you want big old gauges? You do all those things. And you want to dance in the store while you're getting your groceries and sing to strangers? Do that. Live your life. If I ever see you, I'll sing with you. Because we came here to experience life. No more limiting ourselves just because the society that colonizers created told us what we can and can't do and what's possible for us and the way we should live our life. If you aren't hurting other living beings, live your life the way you want to. You're magic. We are magic. Let's go. Let that magic just fly out everywhere. And eventually you'll be present. And I'm so excited for that day. Thank you for spending your precious time and energy with me. I'm gonna go eat something. My stomach is growling. I got off of work and I just felt really good after I took a shower. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a video. So I'm gonna go eat some food. I finished my books. I was gonna say read. I finished my book. So I guess it's time to write. I told my ancestors once I finished that series, I'd start writing. So it's time. It's time because I deserve to fill my day and my time with things that I want to do. And I'm not going to limit myself because of other people's projections. I'm gonna live. And so are you. We got this. We got this. Doksha, okay? I'll see you later.